What about you, Tim here? Now, every year they always come out with really good movies based on true stories. That's obviously the Oscars' favorite things on true story based films, whether it's like inspired by a true story, biopics, and all. And this year is no exception. There were some really cool true story movies of the year. So here are my official top 10 favorite true story movies of 2023. Number 10 is an Apple film, and that is Tetris. Now, of course, this film is about how the creation of Tetris got started and everything like that. With Taron Egerton, really good little flick here. Uh, Taron Egerton was great. I mean, this was a really cool year for how something got created. Because besides Tetris, there was also like the Blackberry movie, which I actually just saw. Not bad, but spoiler, it's not really in my top 10 list. It's a good film, just did as most people did. Uh, the Beanie Baby one, there is. I mean, I always do love a good true story about how something got created, whether it's like, the social network about Facebook or the founder about McDonald's. And this is no exception. Uh, Come on, Jerry Seinfeld has a movie coming about next year about Pop Tart, of all things. So I'm interested how that's going to be. But yeah, this is a really decent flick worth checking out. So if you guys haven't seen Tetris, it's on Apple. Definitely give that one to go. Number 8, I'm going with 80 for Brady. Now, it isn't saying this is even based on a true story, but of course, it is about four ladies who decides to take a trip to watch Tom Brady play the Super Bowl, and seeing Tom Brady, play himself, not bad. I mean, Tom Brady's doing something you probably expect him to do is play himself. But of course, the four leads, Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno, and Sally Field were both all amazing in this here. All had terrific chemistry. Seeing other cameos by the likes of Rob Gronkowski, I thought was really cool. This film definitely had lots of humor to it. It was really heartfelt. And I like how at the end they showed the relays that this is based on, so that's really cool. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one a lot. All right, number 8, I'm going with the Netflix film Naiad. Netflix did really good with true story films this year, and Naiad, based on famed swimmer Diane Naiad, I thought was terrific. I mean, what she was able to accomplish, like swimming across miles in like shark infested water, is is insane. But Annette Bening played the role perfectly. Jodie Foster as her coach was terrific. Now this is you can definitely tell this is an interesting story because this is directed by two directors who are more documentary directors. These people did like that Free Solo movie, and here I thought they did a really decent job with this film. It's definitely intense, but I love the underdog story, and that Benning I've always adored. It's such a shame she's never got the recognition she deserves. But here I thought she was amazing. All right, number 7, I'm going with Rustin. Of course, this is about Bayard Rustin, who ended up marching with Martin Luther King Jr. And Coleman Domingo, I thought was wonderful in this. I hope he wins his Oscar, not just get nominated. I think Coleman Domingo should win because he was terrific in this film. The other cast of characters like Chris Rock, Amal Amin, who plays MLK, I thought was great. Very interesting that Chris Rock, who appears in this, is directing a movie about Martin Luther King Jr. I think that's going to be very interesting to see. But yeah, this was definitely a really terrific watch. Really great performances all around. Crazy how this is based on a true story. I mean, we've of course seen like the civil rights done before, but we never really heard much stories about Bayard Rustin, and I thought they did a really fantastic job with this one. All right. No, number 6, I'm going with Air. Of course, about how Nike ended up sponsoring Michael Jordan. Viola Davis, of course, plays the role of Viola Davis plays the role of Michael Jordan's mom. I thought she was excellent in this. Um, but of course, Ben Affleck playing like Nike, found that was terrific. Uh, you know, Matt Damon, Marlon Wayans. Talk about great casting in this. Really, terrific terrific players. It is crazy how that this is based on a true story and that this actually happened, but yeah, it's and Ben Affleck's no stranger when it comes to true story based stuff. Obviously, he did a great job with Argo, and here he really showed it perfectly. All right, number five, I'm going with Dumb Money. Of course, this is about the Wall Street stock stuff that happened, and the watching stock investments, and I love Dumb Money. It's definitely in my top 10 favorite of the year. Great performances by the likes of Paul Dano, Seth Rogen. Sebastian Stan plays the head of Robin Hood. I thought he was really good in this. I just love seeing movies about people taking down the rich. That I just always love seeing that. But them taking down Wall Street, I thought was great. It's a really terrific watch in my opinion. Number four, I'm going with the Iron Claw. Of course, I just saw this one yesterday about the Von Erich family, wrestling family dynasty. This is definitely a sad one here. Maybe one of the most sad movies of the year. I'm not going to do a top 10 sad movies of the year, but if I was to, this would definitely probably be number one. Uh, Zach Efron, Jeremy Allen White was terrific in this. Harris Dixon, I thought was great. It's a really amazing film, worth checking out. I just really liked it, and I'm not even much of a wrestling guy, and even I thought this was an excellent watch. So yeah, and after like watch this movie, you're definitely going to start. Actually, I'll probably suggest watching the movie before you before you do research about the definitely it'll be really cool. Like if you don't like didn't know anything about the Von Erich family before you saw this movie, I highly recommend watching the film before you do any research about the family because it's definitely a really cool, interesting and but very tragic surprise that happens in this. Three is of course I'm going with Maestro. Of course, another film I just saw yesterday. I had a really cool day for like true story films. I saw Maestro, Iron Claw, and Ferrari on the same day. Cool day for true story films. But Maestro, of course, about Len Bernstein, directed by Bradley Cooper, was an excellent watch. The performances by Bradley Cooper, Carey Mulligan playing his wife, I thought was great. Sarah Silverman was terrific. It's like seeing what he went through. You know seeing like his life from the likes of meeting his then wife played by Karen Mulligan, uh seeing him like of course Leonard Bernstein is best known for composing stuff like on the waterfront and West Side Story. I like that they touched in on that. It's a really decent flick. I mean, it's on Netflix. Like I said, Netflix is great when it comes to true story films, and this was no exception. All right, number two, I'm going with Killers of the Flower Moon. A movie I probably won't be able like. I probably won't watch again. But Killers of the Flower Moon was a really terrific one. I mean, I feel like Killers of the Flower Moon will be this generation's Schindler's List, where you could probably watch it once, and despite being good, you probably won't be able to watch it again because the subject matter is very intense. And what happens in this is a very hard watch. There have literally been times where I literally had to close my eye. Like this isn't a horror film, but some of the stuff that happened in this really felt like very horror. But of course, Robert De Niro, Leo DiCaprio, Lily Gladstone. Martin Scorsese is great when it comes to true story films, whether it's like Goodfellas, Wolf of Wall Street, The Irishman. So when he wants to tell a movie based on a true story, he knows how to do it perfectly, and here really shows that. And my number one favorite true story movie of the year is an obvious one, and that is Oppenheimer. I mean, what not to love about Oppenheimer? It's crazy to believe. Of course, this is obviously about the creation of the atomic bomb and everything. But I loved Oppenheimer. It's way too long, but unlike Hills of Fire Moon, it's not really much of a hard watch or anything. Uh, but of course, Cillian Murphy did a great job at playing Oppenheimer. Emily Blunt was great. Florence Pugh, Robert Downey Jr. I mean, lots of really cool actors playing real life people in this. The guy who I forgot the actor's name, but the guy who plays Albert Einstein, I thought was excellent. It's a shame he's not getting much Oscar love. Like his performance as Albert, I think his name is Tom Conti or something like that. He was great as Albert Einstein. Like I mentioned this in my review, but it literally felt like someone went back in time, got Albert Einstein, and was like, "Hey, Albert, you want to be in my movie?" Then actually got Albert Einstein to be in this film. That guy portrayal of Albert Einstein was terrific. You know, and I'm pretty sure Oppenheimer is gonna be a massive in the at the Oscars. So we'll see. But that's pretty much it there. Here is my quick rundown: 10 Tetris, 9 80 for Brady, 8 Naiad, 7 Rustin, 6 Air, 5 Dumb Money, 4 The Iron Claw, 3 Maestro, 2 Kills the Flower Moon, and number 1 is Oppenheimer. Now, there's obviously other ones I probably could have added too. Paris Sugar Bear is definitely one of them. It is insane to believe that's based on a true story. Gran Turismo, $1 Million Away, Million Miles Away. Boston Strangler is a really good one. Ferrari, Blackberry, The Beanie Baby, or Beanie Bob, I should say. Shooting Stars, which is of course about LeBron. So yeah, some really decent ones. But let me ask you guys, what are some of your favorite movies of the year that were based on true stories? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simba signing out.